Top morning, ladies. My name is Chad, and welcome to the part 2 of What If Zuko Was the Spider of the Multiverse. So, in the first part, I went over from from where he was born to when he was 9, and he gets teleported to the pocket universe where it's the entire multiverse earth, and he became a spider. Yeah. And then he created a alternate form of him with brown hair, blue eyes version of him. Then he does his same thing. So so basically so all the alternate versions of Zuko, that's from sorry, I'm trying to comfy. So now where we left off is that the Zuko came out of the ground, or away from everybody. Same spot where he died from earlier in this what if thing. Or actually, the portal opens up. So the next day, everyone's sobbing. That their friend died, and they thought that big spider-looking thing took him away. So yeah, it's such a heartbreaking. Of course, Chaco wanted to ask him out on a date. But then a familiar knocking on a door. And yeah, as he opens the door, they were expecting All Might to just, or one of or Mr. Azawa to come in. But then they got so surprised. They could not believe he just came right back. As he says, "Huh, you guys really think I was dead, didn't you? Huh. No, And so they were like, man, what happened to you? After you died, that big green-haired spider creature came out and grabbed you and took you back to its world." Oh, that's actually that's actually me. Or actually, that actually was the Zuko of this world. I'm one of his dolls. Wait, So you're saying all this time you're a doll? As most of them are surprised about this. Like, wait, so what do you mean? You're a doll? Well, see, let me tell you the whole story. The and that guy or that spider guy, his whole reason why he was in that universe, because of a certain man. As he looks at Zumi, yes, Zumi, I I know you're probably thinking of someone that's that someone is actually your father, Asashi. Hashi. As he burnt Zuku, who, but instead of sending him to the underworld thing because of his fire breath, they burned him alive. Then he became, or he was now in a pocket universe. All this that you see before you is created from that pocket universe. As they could not believe that if he's a doll, the guy, or that the big monster dude that they saw was actual real body, he must be using, as, let's say, Momo, no, as example, or let's say Eraserhead was there. He says, well, that explains why every time you knew that something's gonna happen, then it happens. Well, yeah. And because of him, he's seen it all. He's looking through my eyes right now. He knows that so yeah. As he looks over at Bakugo and tells him that because Bakugo doesn't know that he was, like, had this much power. As Bakugo wants to know, like, wait, so you said that he, or my friend, is in the alternate parallel universe, like, between dimension, right? Yes. And it's a, and if I told you, would, he isn't quirkless, by the way. The quirk doctor lied to him. So, but he tells you the truth about your quirk, Zumi. And he's saying that he doesn't have, like, anger to, you know, because Zumi knows that her brother, she loves her brother to death. But seeing him get transformed into a spider, you know, is Yeah, that's actually just a power thing of his ability. He has the multiverse power. So you see those alternate Zuku's thing, they're all his dolls. Gnomes. The no, some of those, like the creatures, the ones with the no or the brain exposed thing, like those Nomus. Like he has a picture of these guys. They have really bad backstories. So so then Mr. Aizawa, is like, so if you or if he knows about all this stuff, why couldn't he just prevent, like, Bakugo, getting kidnapped? Yeah. Or, yeah. Well, because it feels like the it will upset his belief system. It's like a track, like a railroad track, keeps rolling. If you try to stop it and redirect it into then it will cause a different timeline to be born. That's why the the like what the Sashi did to Zuko. He doesn't want to cause the infinite T like loop thing. So, yeah. As Zuko doesn't know, or as they did not know that the so we're basically we're only in the yeah. So Zuko who tells them, or actually the no, he actually he tells them that next would be the the that test that makes you become like what's that one that dodgeball thing? Oh, that one? Huh. Yeah. As Mr. Ozawa says, huh. Well, what will happen? Well, under normal circumstance, like in canon, then the Toga sneaks into UA or into that and try to steal some of the blood, like my blood, to who activate her quirk. And yeah. So and plus all the so they he tells them, or they told him what will happen next. Well, in canon version, the it I will tell you. The Zuko, or the canon version of myself, becomes corrupted. But in this alternate timeline, Zumi will become corrupted. And how will that be? Well, because she has two powers. So, yeah, like two quirks. So, yeah. So then the whole thing goes on like normally. As Zuko, or actually, I forget his name, Mr. Azawa, tells them that they do your best and hold wave. Try not to cause any real commotion about the. I won't. As Mr. Aizawa looks up to the sky, that goes for you too, Zuko. As yeah, as the Zuko who or the Cold Wave says, well, he agrees. He'll just watch to see how this all plays out. Okay. So then, yeah, he does that stuff. As Miss Jokes like doing her thing. Thing. As like give me a moment to it's my all. So yeah, it's scary. Alright. So Miss Jokes looks over. Sometimes Mr. Zawa looks at the sky and talks to it. She thinks that he's crazy. And she asks him, who are you talking to? Oh, Zuko, who, oh, you know that big spider creature? Yeah, from the news? Well, that is actually Zuko's real body. He became that spider. you know, from. So, yeah. So, she thinks that he's joking, but then when he says, I'm serious about that, it's weird, I know, but it's not normal. And she says, wait, so that spider creature was your student? The, like, top student? Yeah. The one that you see before you, the one with brown hair, blue eyes. One. Let me show you what I'm talking about. No, this one with like brown hair, blue eyes one. That he's talking about was the is actually Zuko, or that Zuko's his doll. Huh. As wait, the doll, like in, because you're a girl and you have like Barbie dolls thing. As yeah, as she did not realize that the true thing. And when she heard that he, yeah. So Zuko became very powerful. Powerful. Like how powerful? Well, the he became like ultimate powerhouse thing. As so then after that, the overhaul thing goes almost similar. Zuko did pass, so or he did pass. So yeah. The so then he ends up becoming, the so when he goes back to sleep, of course, Zuko, or as he says, as the spider Zuko, I'll just say Spider Zuko instead of the saying the full name of it. So, yeah. So, they asked him, how did he, or how did you sleep? None. And as they said, yeah, okay, how about the creator that created you? Oh, him? He's doing good. He was sleeping when I checked in. And the he wanted us, like, he was sleeping before. Er. So he, no, he doesn't want to, like, be super rude. So he already knows what will happen. So it bores him. So he creates more what ifs things. So Zuko was sleeping. Of course, he actually designed a pillow to fit his massive head because he imagine like just imagine him like zoomed in all the way, like his head is or his entire body is so big, passes the colossal titan, the founding titan, the Aaron's is one, and the like. Yeah, Zuko is pretty strong. Or pretty big guy. Yeah, he was sleeping, and at Zuko's house, Sashi kind of felt bad, and that I can see that you're probably commenting like he should feel bad because he just obliterated his own son, and because yeah. So yeah. So then Inko, oh, or actually Asashi, got a phone call from Zumi, and she wants to like go over and visit with him, or with. So yeah, they go, or so she goes to visit before, as Asashi and Inko were like happy to see him, or to see her, as Inko says, "Who's this handsome fella?" Oh, him? He's, of course, Zuko says, or actually Cold Wave says, "I'm Cold Wave. But you may call me Zuko, who's Project. Or Project Zuko." That's the, as Sashi, or Zuko, who, as Sashi walks up, instead of putting his like hand on the Cold Wave's throat and slams him into the ground, he actually teared up as he went over and hugged him and apologizes to him, as he knows that Zuko is watching him in Madal's eyes. So he says, "I'm so sorry, Zuko. I didn't realize that you had this much power." See? We all make mistakes. As he says that it's not your fault, Sashi. I understand that you thought I was going to be weak because without a quirk. But I'm okay with it. But, and Zuko doesn't age in that or in that pocket what if thing. The Zuko ends up telling him that that he is alright. And the quirk doctor lied to him, so he wants to get his revenge onto him, onto the quirk doctor, not on Sashi. So, and when Inko heard that it was Zuko that can see through his doll thing, Inko runs over and hugs him as she tells him that he's okay, or like, are you doing okay? And then so Asashi, he says, hasn't told her that he was the one that made him do that. So then or actually she did know that, but and so Sashi tells him that this is just one of his dolls. The one that you saw before you, that giant spider looking thing, was actually a real one. That was a real Zuko. How do we get you out of there? I can leave at any time. As my body is bigger than, so Zuko needs a suitable host to. So, or he can transform. So, like, one day he actually like transformed, or like in that alternate version, into a buffed, tall guy that looks similar to All Might's buffed up form. And yeah, as he was still in control. Well, as he actually made a kingdom. As some of those creatures complimented, I like the new body instead of your old one. And some of them agree. Yeah. Because the old one looks more like a monster than a human. So, it was finally time for him to return, as he tells Zuko, or no, Inko and Asashi and Zumi that it's finally almost time for him to come back to this world. Home. Really? Yeah. So then Inko, Asashi are happy to, and Zumi are happy to gonna see Zuko back. So, yeah. technically they are still like calls him father because he made them, but he doesn't want to go back to the that world. Or yeah. So he so let's so then the overhaul fight thing. As the then the overhaul brings out his monster form. Zumi, he tells her brother, or she, because her ankle, like, because her body, or like, her ankle was twisted as she screamed for her brother to come, or someone to come for her aid. And yeah, it was pretty painful losing a foot. Yeah. So, yeah. As Zuko heard her cry, as he comes out, as every, like, there was two people, or no, three people come through the portal. Zuko himself, the Doomsday Zuko, and the one, the only Usopp. Not, or just kidding. It was the elemental destroyer or thing. Yeah. So, or actually, he assembled a team. So it was Doomsday Zuko himself and the Deadshot and Usopp and the elemental destroyer. Yeah, 5 of them comes in as Doomsday Zuko punches the snot out of Overhaul's right in front of his face, like ba 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 bam. Yeah, as Zuko did like take Ares and the Zumi away, as he sees her, or he sees or not Ares, Zumi's leg broken, like got smashed. As Zuko says, as well, as he puts his thumb right on her leg thing, as it creates a doll version of it, and creates a like this and doll leg for her, and when it put into the doll, her leg instantly regrew back, and yeah, it was a perfect size, perfect everything. As Sir Night Eyes was still has his stomach still like has a hole in the chest, but Zuko fixed it. Like it was nothing even there. So yeah. So then Zuko does his thing, And Zuko turned around and he used, or actually Usopp uses his impact grenade thing to like cause some serious damage. Yeah, and all of them as all for one, or actually Overhaul is about to kill Zuko, the original, from his timeline. But he did, and he is so sick and tired of, as portals opens up, as they see how upset the Zuko tribe is. That's what I call it. So all of them went and like rips limbs from limbs, biting off for one, or overhauls his neck, and like, yeah, as he regenerates, as he like tries to move around, as it was still painful for him to regenerate slow whole process thing, as he fell right back into the portal, as the regeneration was super fast, like instant. So like he was still in recovering, as yeah, the one, if anyone created a what if Zuko was or had the power of sugar thing, though. Let me show you which classmate I'm. So this guy right here, that has a sugar quirk or strength enhanced quirk. Yeah. What if Zuko had an enhanced strength thing? Well, he comes out of nowhere. He pops Zuko's back into place. Nice. As yeah, Zuko was mobilized. But it's okay. He's not like, when I say that, it's he's out like a light. He's yeah. So everybody was like, "Where's Zuko?" Well, he don't worry about him. He's it's just his back when he got stepped on the his entire body is not like the normal humans. So he it's just his spinal cord just like was out of place. So as the one of the or these guys tells him that the or tells him that he's kind of got out of, it's not, he's not running away, it's just as Zuko, he crawls to the throne that or not throne, to his bed where he was sleeping at when he was just a spider thing. As he wants to lay in it. So they picked him up slowly because it was already painful enough. So he lays in his bed and his regeneration is still at work, connecting his spinal cord and all that stuff, fixing. So yeah, he tells them that, and yeah, and he. So Ochako was still like wanting to ask him out on a date. So did Momo, because she did not realize that Momo, or no, actually, Momo didn't realize that she kind of felt bad for Zuko getting burned alive and had to suffer to creating new what ifs, like Zuko's news for all this time. It's like, yeah, as most of the girls had their meeting, and Zuko cut them in that meeting. Like, as some of them are like sad about it because that is just torturous enough of just getting burned alive. And yeah, so and Nasashi couldn't even sleep because through all that time. So Zuko, it was finally time for him to have father and son moment, because it's been a long time. Because he already spends it with his daughter, but not with his son. That kind of makes him have guilt inside. As Zuko lays on top of his bed, as it was pretty painful. As Sashi went through the portal with one of the Zuko gargoyles, that's what I start calling them. As Zuko, sorry, copyright. No, I'm joking. So Zuko, no, or so then Sashi got to and when but before he saw how big the bed is, and it was bigger than a planet, because that's how big Zuko is when he was in his spider form. As he's like, gosh dang, how big is this bed? Well, so then he lays on his bed, or so Zuko was laying on his bed. But the gargoyle helps Sashi up to there, as it was pretty painful for him, or the regeneration, to regenerate all of his, like, it brought him so much, like, sadness. He literally walks over sat right next to him with the hand out as he tells him that he'll be right here for him. Yeah, so as it was pretty painful for Zuko to heal up from that. So, yeah. Zuko, in order to, like, let's say it's been a couple days. And, yeah, Zuko ends up, he wants to, or so the classmate wants to ask, how is Zuko doing? Oh, he's just doing fine. He's still in recovery, but I'll be happy to bring you to him. As Class 1A, he agrees. As they go in to through the portal with Mr. Izawa and All Might and Nezu. And yeah. And when Momo saw how big the bed is, like, it was a planet size of the, like, the entire solar system. Actually, I'll change it to entire solar system could just lay on it. Yeah. It was pretty big. And they see Asashi and with a Zuko, who as he was sleeping, and as Asashi does that little hand signal of quiet, he's sleeping kind. As Momo wants to just straight up kiss him on the cheek thing. So Zuko ends up does his little, and he's not dead, as I said. It takes a lot of energy to heal his body up to the fullest, as he says that, or actually not him specifically, but the one that. Bye. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. So Zuko, or scientist, says he just needs to recover from those injuries. It takes a lot of energy, so we've been giving him the boost things. These guys, as they see a green liquid things that are. They are basically like the canon version of Trigger, so like that goo substance. But he modified it to, instead of triggering the quirks that were inside of Zuko's body, it will, like, trigger a, like, regeneration thing. Like, gives him regeneration. Or, yeah. So, as one of them looks over, and Bakugo uses his inside voice, he says, "Who the heck are you?" As Sashi says, he's the Dr. Zuko. He specializes in, like, medical stuff. Yes, and I'm in charge of the of everything. Thing. So, yeah. So, then all that stuff goes on, and Zuko was back to full health. Oh, as his body modified, and so he does his father and son time. Him, and he had so the Ochako and Momo decided to ask him which person did he date, as he had a lot of thought to it. He actually never thought about the dating part. If he had to choose one or the other. So he would rather choose both of them. So, yeah. So, to date thing, yeah. I had a lot of thought going in. So, yeah. So, Zuko basically went from being a average kid and it has trying to find a purpose in his life thing, like as Isashi had killed him. And yeah, to becoming a really big buffed up dude. So bye.